Hey guys, it's me, Freddy Pop Collector. A few weeks ago, I made a video called Some Interesting Possible Five Nights at Freddy's Theories. That video was a blast to work on, not only because I was collabing with one of my favorite FNAF channels, FNAF, FUHNAFF, but because the topics we were discussing, FNAF theories, was such an interesting, broad topic that I really didn't get to explore all the way in just that one video. So today we're going to be discussing some more interesting possible Five Nights at Freddy's theories. The first theory I'm going to be talking about is the theory that Purple Guy died intentionally in the spring Bonnie suit from FNAF 3. At the end of each night, you're taken to the FNAF 1 location where Purple Guy takes apart the animatronics one by one. On night 5, you're playing as a spirit. Along with 4 other children, you force William inside the spring Bonnie suit. This theory, however, suggests that William gets inside the suit intentionally and he laughs because he knows he's gonna come back stronger than ever in the form of Glitch Trap. I have always found it odd that William gets inside the suits to hide from the spirits. I don't think that's really gonna work, but I don't really know why he decides to do that. It's already a risk to do it in the first place, but around spirits in a damaged building with a bunch of water puddles, I don't think William would be dumb enough to do that. In the novels, William states that his goal is to become his own immortal being, and by killing himself in the spring Bonnie suit, maybe there was remnant on the spring locks or something, he succeeded at that. The only way being able to be killed is by fire. Same goes for Glitch Trap. We try to kill him in Help Wanted, and it doesn't really seem to work. This theory isn't mind-boggling for the lore or timeline or anything, it's just interesting because us fans have always thought that him getting inside the spring lock was an accident or a mistake, but what if it wasn't? What if it was a part of his plan the whole time? Next up is the theory that the spring lock suit from Sister Location Night 4 is actually Funtime Chica. There's 2 major pieces of supporting evidence to back up this theory. 1, when we're inside the suit, it obviously has a very Chica-shaped face, and 2, we don't see Funtime Chica for the entire game, maybe because she was in the scooping room the whole time, just from a different perspective. The only information we get about the suit is that it's 1, a spring lock suit, and 2, it came from Circus Baby's Pizza World. Obviously, that's where the Funtime animatronics were until they were put underground after Elizabeth's death. The only major problem I have with this theory is obviously the spring locks. Throughout the entire series, the Funtime animatronics have never been even mentioned to have any form of a spring lock mechanic. Also, in the Dawko interview, Dawko asked Scott if he could confirm which character this is, and if it was Funtime Chica, I feel like it wouldn't be that big of a deal to reveal it, but if it has a bigger purpose, he obviously wants to keep it a mystery for a reason.
So here's an interesting one, which I don't know if you're gonna answer or not. So in night 4, when we're inside the suit, a lot of people wanted to know whose suit is that.
Whose suit is that? I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to answer that for you.
This theory has been floating around the community for about 4 years now, and to this day, in my opinion, I still feel like it's one of the biggest unanswered questions in the entire series. Next up is the theory that the Shadow Animatronics from FNAF 2 aren't possessed or spirits or anything like that, but rather they are agony. For years, the Shadow Animatronics have remained some of the biggest mysteries in the entire franchise. The community has mostly just shut them out, and MatPat's only made like one theory about them. Even though they keep showing up game after game after game after game, the community is still stumped and can't really figure out what they're supposed to be. But with the release of the Fazbear Fright books, us fans might finally have the answers we've been waiting for. This theory brings up the idea that the Shadow Animatronics aren't spirits at all, but are rather just forms of agony. To understand agony better, let me play a quick clip from Game Theory. I'll leave a link to the full episode in the description if you want to watch it.
As he says himself, quote, "Human emotion is slower to impact, more insidious. It emanates from us, or is excreted from us like sweat or tears, and it wafts outward like a noxious cloud soaking into the surroundings." In particular, his research is centered around the intense emotion of agony. In order to study it, we see that Phineas collects hundreds of haunted objects to search for this emotion trapped inside. Again, from the book, the word haunted could mean showing signs of torment or some kind of mental anguish. These items on Phineas's shelves weren't possessed by ghosts. The ones that were truly haunted were energized by agony.
As we all know, 5 children were murdered in the FNAF 2 location. We know this thanks to the Save Them minigame, where we see 5 dead children along with the toy and withered animatronics. This theory states that the agony from the dead children is what resulted in the creation of the Shadow Animatronics. This is further supported by the Shadow Animatronics colors, purple and black, which seems to be the Color of Agony, as again supported by the Fazbear Fright books. I could go into more detail, but honestly I think I'm gonna save this for a future video I have coming up down the road. Tell me what you guys think about this theory. This seems to be a less popular theory that I don't really see that many people talking about. Next up is another Yendo theory. Last episode we touched on the idea that Yendo might be some sort of prototype for a Funtime Fredbear animatronic, but today's Yendo theory, we're gonna be talking about how Yendo might be related to Lefty from FNAF 6. I'll keep this one short and sweet since there's not really a lot of evidence to back it up. The theory goes that Yendo is Lefty's endoskeleton. The only real connection we have to this is the amount of fingers and also the eye color. If the puppet was gonna take control of Lefty, maybe Henry had to remove some of the endoskeleton. This really isn't a theory, it's honestly just a loose connection at best, but definitely something to consider. And the final theory that we'll be going over in this video is the theory that Susie was the very first victim ever taken by William Afton. MatPat was the very first one to bring up this idea. He gets his evidence from the Withered Chica quote from Ultimate Custom Night.
I was the first. I have seen everything.
I don't know about you guys, but am I the only one who thinks MatPat might be taking this quote out of context? When Withered Chica says, quote, "I was the first, I've seen everything," I'm pretty sure she's talking about the first generation of animatronics, so she's been there since the beginning of the timeline. The puppet was the first victim taken, either at Fredbear's Family Diner or the first Freddy Fazbear's Pizza where the Withered animatronics were. It's honestly not very clear, and it doesn't really matter. The puppet was first. Again, Chica could have been the very first victim, but I don't think so. Tell me what you guys think about this in the comments. Maybe I'm just looking at the quote wrong, but I don't feel like Scott would drop that big of a lore reveal in a voice line of all things, and Withered Chica's voice line at that. But with all that being said, that's gonna wrap out episode 2 of Interesting Possible FNAF Theories. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I'm sorry I went about 5 days without uploading. That's the longest I've gone in a while, and I just really wanted a quick break from YouTube. Each one of these videos, besides the FNAF AR videos, can take anywhere from 6 to 7 hours of planning, researching, recording, editing, and I just really needed a break. I have some awesome videos planned for the rest of October and going into the rest of the year, so get excited for that. But with that all being said, that's all I have for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.